This week, we turn the blinker on because it's the Antoine turn. We're turning off onto Antoine Boulevard.
Let's do it.
Antoine Lane, if you will.
Yep. And when you live on Antoine Lane and you're one of Antoine's neighbors, apparently you got to watch out for you. You, terrible you.
As a child, I was always told to work smarter, not harder.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we learned formulas in math class to get to the answer, to get to the optimal result.
Right.
My mother used
faster.
to tell me, even on stuff like that, she said memorizing things was stupid. She said as long as you knew where to find the answer, that's all that mattered.
Exactly.
So if it meant look it up on the internet, as long as you knew where it was, done.
There you go.
And your mother's very smart because I found an answer to a problem that I have.
Okay. And it's at the expense of another human being?
You can look at it that way. That's one way you can look at
Would
it.
he
Okay.
look at it that
So
way?
we are at the time of the year where it's time to do yard work.
Well, yes.
And I don't think the majority of us enjoy cutting grass.
Nobody does.
And I think in a lot of yards, there are parts of the grass, parts of the yard that are more difficult to cut than others because
That's right.
of
Yes, always.
low-hanging branches or shrubbery or whatever.
Terrain,
Yes.
some bumpiness, whatever.
Or the hill, whatever.
A wall, a fence, all of those things.
And
sure.
so I have that on the right side of my house. It's my least favorite part to cut. It's
Everybody
always,
has that least favorite part. Mine is underneath the swing set. Can't
Yep.
stand it.
and it's always the last place that I would cut. It's the
Okay.
one that I'm dreading because I have this neighbor beside me who cuts his grass regularly.
Gotcha.
Older gentleman,
Uh-huh.
cuts his grass in khakis and a button-up shirt. So,
Oh,
you know,
interesting. Well.
very elderly gentleman.
There you go. White sneakers, probably.
He has no problem cutting over into other people's property.
Gotcha.
Okay.
He will cut into my property
Okay.
so much that he will cut into that area that I hate.
He cuts the part that you hate.
Yes.
So what you're doing now is you're deliberately leaving that part. Now it becomes the level of his lawn.
No,
What are you
no,
doing?
no.
No?
I am not leaving that part, Zach.
I'd leave that part.
I am not cutting my grass until after he cuts the grass.
Gotcha. Okay. Just to see how much he'll do.
My grass will grow and grow and grow until I hear his lawnmower. And then when I peek out and I see that he's cut that part, the very
Gotcha.
next day
And
I'll
it's
go
time
cut
for
my
you.
grass.
It's all on Clarence's schedule. I
Yes.
understand.
I
There
would,
it is.
I would not cut my grass until my neighbor cuts the part of my grass
I
that I don't
definitely
want
in
to
the
cut.
working smarter, not harder when it comes to the lawn is I choose to draw the line where I want to draw the line. I actually prefer going first because that way I can say, look, this is what I'm mowing up to, and I am not doing any
that's
more
it.
than this because in between my neighbor's yards, there's one of those pipes that sticks up,
Uh-huh.
one of those
Ooh.
spigots.
Yes.
And it is technically in her yard, but I make sure to make that message every single time I mow that's the line right
You
there.
stop right there.
You're in charge of that thing. I'm not doing it.
And I totally get that if Mr. Clarence, that's what we'll call him
Yes.
for this story, if Mr. Clarence didn't cut that terrible part of my yard,
Yeah.
I would totally be on board with what you do, Zach. But no,
But you let him do it anyway.
I
Let
wait.
him do it.
You
I get
sound more
so
than happy.
excited.
See,
And
I stop him. My neighbor, we have a fence, and he was around on our side mowing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't have to do that. What are you doing?
Monica, let me
But
just
you
say,
don't
let me
have
say
to.
tell you this, and I say this because I love you and I respect you and I honor you. Shut up, man.
What?
What's wrong with you? Jeez.
I stopped him. Jared was like, well, he wants to mow.
Never correct a dummy that's doing stuff for you.
exactly.
Wrong
Let
with
him
you?
cut that.
Oh,
Jeez.
man.